What is happening, my friends? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. We're diving deep and keeping it real. So kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, how are you all doing this evening? Thank you, as always, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to kick back and listen in on the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, we are continuing to grow the platform each and every day. We are independent, unbiased, grassroots program. So many names I can describe this show, but it's most of all, it's a conversation. It's a conversation where I get to enjoy to kick back, relax, and chop it up with you all, the listeners and viewers out there. Look, couldn't do this show without you. So I just want to again say thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, on today's conversation, we're gonna chop it up. We got a couple stories actually in sports. I think will be a great combo to help get started. I think I'll start that off first, and then we'll lean a little more into politics. And if we have some time, we'll talk a little entertainment and pop culture news. So, if you don't mind, stay with me here within this hour, and I hope you enjoy. Look, my friends, multiple ways you can listen in or chime in the show. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. All you have to do is just, hey, whichever podcast platform you use, just type in the Arrington Gavin Show. You'll find us right there. Also, you can watch us on the streaming platforms of YouTube as well as Rumble. Now, you can just type in the Arrington Gavin Show on Rumble. You can do the same with YouTube, but our YouTube channel, the name of our channel is actually R Smooth Club Media. All right, the letter R, Smooth Club Media on YouTube. You can also listen to us on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM out of the metro Atlanta area. All right, that's WDJY 99.1 FM, straight talk. That's right, straight talk. We got a lot of great shows that I'm in the company with, and it's really cool. We got great shows like ours where you can listen in Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on their station, as well as online to wdjyfm.com. So multiple ways you can tune into the show. You can also stay with us, stay up to speed and up to date what we have going on through our social media platforms. Instagram is probably our top popular one where everybody's on. You can find the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram. I truly appreciate that. You can also follow us on X as well as on Substack. Substack is I wouldn't really call it a social media channel, but it's or social media, but it is another avenue where I just say what's on my mind in writing, and I have a few good opinion pieces up there. I just share my thoughts on the recent Daniel Penny case, the subway case that involved former Marine Daniel Penny and an African American homeless who actually suffered with mental illness in Jordan Neely. And spoke my mind on that case, as well as on the recent signing of Bill Belichick, now being named the new head football coach for University of North Carolina, Tar Heel Nation, baby, Chapel Hill. So I shared my thoughts on that as well. So please follow us on all of our platforms. I truly appreciate it. And just I hope you do that. Before I move forward, I do have to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Bernardo Menswear. That's right, Bernardo's Menswear. My good friend, Mr. Bernardo Johnson, is the founder, owner of Bernardo's Menswear. It's a amazing clothing store that keeps you looking swagged out from head to toe, business casual, formal, custom, you name it. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a media personality, I always have to make sure that my appearance is up with the times, up with the culture, up with the trends, and just looking sharp. I have a specific style that I like to sport, and Bernardo Johnson, he helps me with that style. So again, I want to shout him out and his amazing business, Bernardo's Menswear, because I do recommend you all, fellas, especially, to you always got to up the style. You always got to up the closet with some new threads. So visit him. You can visit him online at www.bernardosmenswear.com. You can also follow him on Facebook at Bernardo's Menswear. Or if you happen to be in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area, be sure to stop by a store located in MacArthur Mall in the heart of downtown Norfolk, first floor, Bernardo's Menswear. Tell them that Arrington sent you. Again, here on this program, we are advocates. We support our minority-owned businesses. So I just want to thank all of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, those who support this platform. And hey, if you happen to have be a small business owner, you would like to have your business mention, or would you like to partner with the show and we can do some advertise here on the program. We have a huge presence, a huge platform where we can we have a large audience that is growing, by the way. And as a small business owner, I know how difficult it is to try and get your message across, especially on a tight budget. So look, we're here to help provide affordable ads for you all. So hey, if you're interested, all you have to do is just shoot me a contact Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can DM me, or you can hit us up on our number through text. Okay, you can text us at 757-955-0656. Again, text us at 757-955-0656. All right, my friends, look, we're gonna take it hit a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. We got more to do, more to talk about, more conversation. We'll be right back.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What is happening, my friend? As you know, we like to always start it off with our tradition here. Just a quick fun fact before we get going with our topics. Look, on today's fun fact, did you know that the Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower located in Paris, France, the Eiffel Tower is slightly taller during the summertime? I feel like that's interesting. I'm intrigued on that. So what I do is I always love to do some deep diving on a fun fact that I normally share here on the show. Give me 1 second. Let me. Let me try this out. Give me 1 second. Well, looks like I can't. Had a little some technical difficulties with my iPad here. There we go. Let's see. Is this what I want? Well, that was weird. I had some my I guess nobody wants to they don't want me to tell you the truth about that Eiffel Tower. Hold on, let me see if I can do it now. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna waste time on that. The Eiffel Tower is slightly larger in the summertime. I don't know why, but I think it's quite interesting because maybe it just shines brighter where it just extends. I don't know. I think that's quite interesting. But yeah, that was today's fun fact. The Eiffel Tower, I'll repeat again, the Eiffel Tower is slightly taller during the summertime. Interesting. move it on. Moving on. Let's get it going with some news that happened recently about former House Speaker, Congresswoman of California, Nancy Pelosi. She recently had an accident overseas. I think she might have been recently in Greece or Germany. Where were we at? Where was she at? She was in Luxembourg. Luxembourg? I believe that's Germany. Yeah, I believe that was Germany. Anyway, she recently had an accident where while traveling. Says here that the former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is suffering an injury and had to be admitted into the hospital in Luxembourg. I hate when they just say a city like they know where everybody knows where that's at. I don't know where that's at. But hey, that's Fox News for you. This is reported by Fox News, by the way. They probably were proud to make that announcement too. Says here that the 84-year-old California representative was traveling to Luxembourg for Battle of the Bulge remembrance. The extent of the former speaker's injury is unknown. Well, they did report it later on from this article that she did have to have a hip surgery. So she fell, injured her hip. She had to have emergency surgery. But a person familiar with the incident told the Wall Street Journal that Pelosi tripped and fell following a group photo that she took with other lawmakers and officials. Now, I'm reading a quote here. It says, while traveling with the bipartisan congressional delegation in Luxembourg to mark the 80th anniversary of Battle of the Bulge, Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi sustained an injury during an official engagement and was admitted to the hospital for evaluation. I do pray and hope for a speedy recovery for Nancy Pelosi. She is 84 years old. She's been in public office for a very long time, working under so many presidential administrations. Again, I might be sounding slightly a slight ageist with this, what I'm about to say, but there's a lot of stories involving some of the older senior what's the word I'm looking for? Career long politicians that are in house that is in the Congress or the Senate that sustains bad injuries. I think recently Mitch McConnell sustained an injury because he fell. Now you got Nancy Pelosi. I mean, y'all, 84 years old, and she's seeking for a re-election for 2026, or at least already accepting donations for her campaign or something like that. Like she's making her preparations. I'm sorry, but Nancy, sit it on down. When are you gonna retire? Like there's so many, I've said it many times here on this program. They only can retire if they have more young people that comes forth and wants to run. But I want to backtrack that though. Young people come forth with new ideas, but then you have the current leaders in office that say, you're not ready yet. Oh, I'm not, I don't think nobody would really like that. Oh, I'm not. They think they have all the answers because they have the experience. But at the end of the day, they just need to start swallowing their pride, saying, no, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Look, it can't be any worse from now, especially for the Democratic Party, because hey, you are in a huge rebuilding stage. I mean, most likely you might even the Republican Party is slowly but surely depleting, in my opinion. There's still a lot of money that is involved within that party. They still have a lot of political leaders that is in that party, so it will be a long time. But after this recent election, they suffered a huge loss. So it's now you're in the rebuilding stage. You're currently looking for a new leader for the DNC. You're looking for new leaders within your own party. You can't get people agreeing amongst each other. So what else? What else, right? But hey, Nancy had a speedy recovery. I hope she has a speedy recovery. I mean, hip replacement or hip surgery that takes a minute, but again, I could fall, trip, get right back up. At their age, if they fall, that could be a life-sustaining injury, or you know, long-term days in the hospital, or early retirement. Sorry to break it to you, but you know, if they nick their knee, that's a tear. That's an NFL career-ending injury at their age. I mean, 84 years old, Nancy. You got her. You got James Clyburn. You got I mean, Chuck Schumer ain't no young man. Uh uh what's the old dude in Vermont? Bernie Sanders. I mean, it's just too many old folks for me, man. I'm sorry. It's just too many old folks. And call me crazy. I don't care. Call me that I, you know, say I don't have a lot of knowledge on why you still got to keep these older folks in office. No, you don't. I mean, shoot. What's the girl out of California? Mm, Reclaiming my time. What is her name? Reclaim my time. Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters older than President Joe Biden. All y'all old folks need to hurry up with your terms. Start looking for the next leader, because they're out there. You're just not giving it a chance to look. You're out there. Rather than y'all continue to travel, go on the campaign trail, tripping, hurting, getting hip replacements and all this other stuff. Like, y'all need to just sit down, old folks. Sit it on down. You need to sit down. You need to sit down. All right. Let me go ahead and move it on, because that just, oh, I get so frustrated when I always speak about the age, the average age in office, and that's on both sides. That's not just on the Democratic Party. That's on both sides. Like Mitch McConnell's one of the leaders, the majority leaders for the Republican Party. He old. A lot of them old. They are old, and they gotta do something about that. They really do. I mean, I've said it many times. There need to be some term limits in office. It really does. It needs to be some term limits. But that is just me. Let me go ahead and digress, man. Moving on to another story recently that I was reading about. So I don't vape. I know a lot of folks that do vape. And I was like, hey, look, not trying to scare you or anything, but did you hear about this story where this 15-year-old had to get his fingers amputated after his vape exploded? First of all, I didn't know vapes explode. I'm not familiar with vapes. I'm reading this article right here. It says here, California teenager, again in California. What's going on, Cali? A California teenager was left with severe injuries. First of all, what is a 15-year-old smoking vape? Okay, where's his parents? Who's allowing him to even smoke anything at 15? Man, don't even have a license or have a car yet. Come on now. A California teenager was left with severe injuries after a vape device exploded in his face, leading to multiple surgeries and the amputation of parts of his fingers. 15-year-old, I'm not going to mention the gentleman's name, but he's out of Bakersfield, had been warned by his parents about the dangers of vaping. Obviously, he don't give up about what y'all have to say, because he did it anyway. I go back to, what did I talk about a while back on this show? Kids that need their ass beat, because kids are in charge now. You see kids having temper tantrums, little kids. Now you see where that can lead to. Rebelling against your parents. They told you the dangers of it, and he's like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna do what I want to do because they think it's cool. Whatever. Despite their concerns, the teen secretly used the devices, often hiding them in his room. One fateful day, while attempting to fix a malfunctioning vape near his home, Lord have mercy, he struck it against the ground and brought it to his mouth just before it exploded. Wow. His father quoted, "Boom, big flash, all in big flash is all he remembers." The explosion caused a shrapnel to cut his face and left his hand mangled. Oh my goodness gracious. He managed to flag down a passing driver to get help. When he returned home, his parents were horrified at sight of his injuries. The palm of his hand was just turned inside out. Digits were hanging. A lot of tissue exposure and you could see bone. That's what the gentleman had said. The gentleman who suffered with it. Um, I'm not gonna read too much forward, but again, that kind of describes the issue that had occurred. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the vapes. I think for those who smoke cigarettes and is trying to quit, I think it's a good transition to kind of lean you away. But then again, I'm like, okay, you were addicted to nicotine, now you're addicted to vape. Both of them really are not good for you. Now I don't know which one is worse. I feel like vape is probably. I actually I don't know because I want to be here lying to you all, but I don't know which one is worse for you. I just know that the vape is a popular thing. Why? Because every time I drive, just around town, there's vape shops galore that is opened um around cities. I'm talking across the street amongst from each other. Vape and CBD. Vape and CBD and vape. There's a hell of a lot of those shops. Matter of fact, when I went to go visit my old school, my old university, my wife and I, we always it was in a small town, or it still is in a small town, and they don't have a lot of like popular shops and stuff. A lot of them are family owned, mom and pop shops, restaurants, you name it. And so whenever we get to visit, we're like, oh, I wonder, what is such and such open up now? What do they open up here? Anything new? And one of my wife's old teammates, who's now a coach, had said that in this one little small street, one little small block, right? They've opened up 4 vape shops, smoke and vape shops that's attached to a campus. What is the message there? You want to have youth when they stressed out, just have a smoke break, have a vape break. Oh, it's fine, just smoke it. Like, I'm not trying to throw people out of business that happen to own vape shops, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You see people smoking in the car. I think it's a bad habit to pick up on. Now, I call me a hypocrite because look, I like a good cigar, at least occasional, to once or twice a month. Just, and I don't even really smoke the whole thing. I do like halfway, then I'm done. But I just can't get. I don't get the vapes. I don't get the vapes. I can't stand if I'm in a restaurant or a public place and somebody just you see big cloud of smoke come from their mouth, and I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Hearing this story right here, I hope the 15-year-old learned his lesson. I hope he will finally listen to his parents as he should have been from the get-go. Now, because of ignoring your folks, this joker lost fingers and suffered serious injuries that are going to be permanent scars for the rest of his life. I bet you gonna stop smoking and vape now. I guarantee you. Shoot, that's the problem with these young kids, man. They don't listen. They do not listen. I'm glad he recovered. I'm glad it wasn't too lethal. But at the end of the day, I mean, look, I've showed y'all clips of kids having some these spasm moments and ignoring their folks, and that's the thing, man. I mean, I'm no parent, but I do think that it's just, call me old school, call me conservative, but when it comes to disciplining, that's what's really destroying or getting kids in trouble. I mean, come on, how many times you hear about kids getting in trouble in school, high school, middle school, whether if it's fights or whether if it's, oh, this kid brought a weapon to school, a knife, a gun, this, that. Like, what is happening? What is happening? It all comes down to what's going on in the household. Like, what are we doing, folks? No, just me. Oh, all right, whatever. I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, I'm not saying I'm an angel, but damn it, I listen to my folks because I was terrified of my mama, terrified of my grandmother, terrified. I was terrified of authority. And my mama had a good me. Well, what would you say? Say it one time. You talk about, you talking back? Shoot, I'm still scared of that woman to this day. Shoot, I do not. I don't want to get on her dark side. No. Learn my lesson, y'all. Oh my goodness, how we looking? Let's see. Let me digress from that man and moving on to another story here on the show. Let's see, what do we have next for you guys? Oh, so in some serious news, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but a woman by the name of Crystal Magnum, Mangum. I think it's her name, Crystal Mangum. In 2006, she falsely accused, and I say it just now came out she falsely accused, but back then she accused Duke lacrosse players of raping her. Now let me go ahead and find this clip for you all and play this soundbite. I mean, this is really a sickening thing when I heard about this. Let me go ahead and play this soundbite, and then we'll talk on the other side.
To your neighbor that lives trustingly beside you. And they were my brothers, and they trusted me that I wouldn't betray their trust. And I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong when God already loved me for who I was. Regardless, I didn't need to seek validation from him because I already had validation from him. I just didn't know it. And I hurt my brothers. And I hope that they can forgive me. And I want them to know that I love them. And they didn't deserve that. To your neighbor that lives.
Hell to the no, my forgive. And then I love them. Girl, take that apology, take your love, and please stick it up where the sun don't shine. I mean, that is the most sickening thing that I have ever heard. I mean, you're talking about something that happened 20 years ago, and all of a sudden now you're coming back saying, "Oh, it was all a lie." I hope that they can forgive me. I love them. So let me read a little more of this in content. So Crystal Magnum, the lady that you just heard, a former exotic dancer, spoke recently on a podcast called the Let's Talk with Cat podcast, where she said she falsely accused 3 men of raping her. 3 men of raping her. Says here, a woman at the center of the Duke University lacrosse scandal said she lied when she accused 3 players of raping her in 2016. Excuse me, in 2006. Excuse me, 2006. She recently said, she was admitting she falsely accused 3 gentlemen. I don't feel like sharing their names. Of raping her. She quote, "I testified falsely that they raped me when they didn't, and that was wrong." In her first time, Magnum had publicly stated she lied. When asked why, Magnum said she made up a story that wasn't true because she wanted validation from people and not from God. What kind of bogus answer is that? That is just trash. That is pure tea trash. And I hope there needs to be a law when some, and I'm pretty sure it is. She has to serve the time that those guys did. Seriously. Don't think that, oh, it's all fun and games. Whew, I got that off my chest. Now I can just live it on. No. What's the consequences for that? What's the consequence for that? Because see, here's the thing. What she just did, she made it 20 times harder for victims out there that are being sexually assaulted, raped. That that right there hurts their story. And then on top of that, we live in a society, and I guess I'm biased because I'm a man, but I feel as though we live in a society where we will always believe the woman's story in a case like this. You would always believe the woman's story. When you always hear a rape case, you assume it's between a man and a woman. I mean, you have rape cases where of both same sex, where it's man to man, woman to women, but you you always put all your faith, all your cards on the table, you all your all your chips. You believe that female, especially a black female. Oh my goodness gracious! So as I read more of this, it says here that um let's see, who's this from? It's been on my heart to do a public apology concerning Duke Lacrosse case. I actually lied about the incident to the public, my family, my friends, and to God about it, and I'm not proud about it. So it says here in 2006, she accused the three men of sexually assaulting and raping her after they trapped her inside a bathroom at a house near Duke East campus. According to court records, she initially told Durham police that she was raped, sodomized, and beaten for a 30-minute period during the early morning hours of March 14th in a bathroom of a home nearby the campus, which she performed as an exotic dancer. Um, let's see. The house has since been torn down, even as the investigation into the claims was unfolding. Then Durham District Attorney pursued charges of first-degree rape, kidnapping, and sexual assault against the three players. Later, recused himself. The district attorney recused himself from the case and was found guilty of lying about DNA evidence that would have cleared the men. I mean, this is just again, so no trust in the justice system right there. Says here that Magnum's story about the incident was so inconsistent that then Attorney General Roy Cooper was a former governor of North Carolina, later declared the players innocent, saying there was no credible evidence against them. As Attorney General, it was important for me to take that case from the local prosecutor and do an investigation to find real truth. During a press conference, it is why I dismissed the charges and took the extra step to declare those players innocent of the alleged crimes. That's why I did it. I mean, wow. And the former DA, the Durham DA, resigned in disgrace. Duke lacrosse players of that era, both the men indicted and others on the team, had since pursued civil litigation to restore their reputation. Former Duke lacrosse coach Mike Pressler, who had been with Duke 16 seasons, lost his job because of the case and sued the university. I mean, you see how much harm this individual caused just by lying, just by that one lie. Magnum is currently serving time in prison after she was convicted of killing her then boyfriend. Goodness gracious. Oh, so she's just a criminal. Uh she's currently serving time in prison. The individual who made the allegation, who lied about the case, for killing her then boyfriend, 46-year-old Reginald Day, in 2011. She said her time in prison had been marked by growth, and she spends a lot of time reading the Bible. Oh Lord. I mean, you know what? I can't uh everybody needs growth. Everybody needs a second chance at life, but obviously this is her wake up call. Um it's just, I mean, it's sickening that had to happen, but obviously, it's public, it's been going on all the news platforms. uh I'm glad those guys have their name cleared. I hope that former Duke coach also, I mean, he's probably retired by then, but it's unfortunate. It's all unfortunate that this had to happen. And I pray and I hope that there's individuals out there that can that cannot ever go that low to the form where you have to lie about something this horrific. This is like I said, it's disgusting because all you're doing is hurting a victim out there that really is being assaulted. And yeah, I just hope that you all can just get y'all life together, man. Get your life together. It's unfortunate. Let me see here, my friends. Look, we're gonna take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere. Don't change that dial. We have a lot more in store for you all, so we'll be right back. Welcome back, people. Welcome back to the show. Look, real quick, I wanted to bring up this conversation with you all because I don't know, it kind of gave me just a simple thought in my head. Nick Cannon. I don't know if y'all know this, but Nick Cannon is the father of 12 kids. I believe I know there's multiple baby mamas. I don't know if it's 12 baby mamas. It might be 8 or 6 different baby mamas, but he has a lot of kids. He has a lot of baby mamas, all that he is very much still involved with, by the way. It's not like it's like one and done moments. It's like he's still very intimate with all of them. And he's just, hey, he loving life. Recently, one of his girlfriends, her name is Bree TC, says that she and her and Nick Cannon are very much together, but admits he has other partners. So it brought to my attention. I'm like, well, then is that really a quote unquote committed relationship? Seriously, what I want to ask you all, like, what does committed relationship mean to you? I've always thought committed mean, okay, you have that, you're stuck with that one person, you are committed. When people are men hit on women or women hit on men, and they'll say, sir, I'm committed, I'm in a committed relationship, that means you're committed with one person. Now, am I wrong to say that I think this Brie girl, it's kind of like in denial, like she thinks they're committed, but and hey, she's cool with him having other people. Maybe she's doing the same thing, but I don't think you should call it a committed relationship. Open relationship, yes. Committed, no. I personally don't think you can be committed to you can't be in a committed relationship, but you're seeing other people. And maybe I might need to have some swingers on this show or people that are in open relationships to get their expertise, get their get their take on this, because hey, I'm in a committed relationship. I am married. I have my wife, and it's just one person. Okay. Likewise, she has a husband, and it's just one person, and that is I. But Nick is, I believe, changing the narrative on what the quote unquote the normal like his relationship is not normal. Let's just be honest. And maybe there's gonna be folks that says, well, define what is a normal relationship. No one can say that, like, no one's relationship is perfect, but the normal societal relationship, right, is between two people. Whether that's that's it. When you start seeing, the sister wives and the all that other stuff, that's not normal. I mean, hence why didn't sister wives why it was so hard for them to get married in certain states? Why? Because it's not legal. Why? Because it's not normal. Okay, it's not normal. Says here, she says that Nick Cannon and herself are very much together, but admitted he is also involved with other partners. She quotes, "I like to be very clear. We don't co-parent. We are very much together." Um, she is okay. I believe she's a real estate agent. She's a Selling Sunset star. I guess she's a real estate agent. Told host recently on her podcast. Then she also said that that's why people are confused. Me and my partner have been on and off for years. It's just it don't make any kind of sense. But again, I don't think that's the it's not a normal thing. It's not normal. Basically, what she said, basically, he has other partners and we're just open and happy, and that's our thing. People call it all kinds of ish. Um I do what I do, and that's very much. I mean, hey, look, you do you. I'm not saying like we are in your business like that, but I'm just asking the question to you all, the listeners, viewers out there. What to you define a committed relationship? What is the true definition for a committed relationship in your opinion? This is for the singles out there. This is for the ones that are in relationships. What's your thoughts on this? And do you think, I mean, do you think it's cool for, what's your take on open relationships? Right? What is your take? Is it, can you truly be in love with more than, and giving that equal amount of love to more than one person? I want your take on that. Please leave us a comment in the video below. I mean, during this video, you can leave us a comment, or you can, DM me your thoughts on that. But I was just curious. I wanted to ask you all because there's some things I can't think forever, and it starts making my brain hurt, and I'm just like, I don't know what else to say about this one. But I just wanted to get your take on it because yeah, Nick Cannon, he wants more kids. He ain't doing it from the same flock either. He just keep on popping out, baby, pop, 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 pop. Like that joke is popping out them babies, just popping out them babies. But moving on. Speaking of some kind of shaky relationships, so University of Colorado wide receiver and newly crowned Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter, uh, he is in the been in the news lately because his girlfriend, and I don't know if I think they have a child together, I'm not sure, but social media has been going ham on this relationship between him and his spouse. uh I don't know what's her name, but every time they catch them together, especially in the public eye, she's giving him attitude. During his senior game, she seemed like she was bugging and just giving him attitude, dressed in all nice clothes and stuff, probably from his expense, because look, NIL has been treating him really good during college. Um, and she's just, even they have like their own social media, they have their own YouTube channel and their own brand. And she recently had said that I think she said initially she wasn't into him, or she was never into him in the beginning. I don't know. She said something that was shaky to a lot of folks, and it was like, ooh, I didn't like the way that sound right there. So a lot of people are just saying, please be careful, Travis, because your success is on a trajectory of something very major. And I'll show you 2 video clips. And I'll explain each one, because for those who are listening probably can't hear it. You might can hear a little bit of background, but nothing. It'll be hard to really point out what they're saying. So for those who are watching, let me play you this, and then I will explain it on the other side. So give me a second. Let me pull up this for you guys. Alrighty. So because there's some background music, I will explain. I will talk this a little more for those who are watching and those who are listening. So the first clip shows Travis Hunter at a he's actually at an event. He's actually at a like an autograph signing event where people come get his autograph, get pictures with him, all that good stuff. You see his lady sitting down on the couch with attitude, giving him attitude, and I think she quotes saying, "Am I supposed to just sit here all day?" And nah, bro, need to get rid of her. That's what people are commenting on that response, but she gives him attitude while she's sitting down, while he's doing his job, getting pictures with his fans. He's the successful one here. I don't know how long that's gonna last, and I really don't know if they have. I feel like they do, and I'm not sure, but it's really it's scary. It's scary because it's a business, right? You have a lot of folks out there that is that are in it just for the money. Um, they've been together for a long time. I know they've maybe since their earlier years in college, or maybe even like high school, something like that. But it comes with the job, miss. When you are with, whether if that was, if she was a successful athlete and he wasn't, or vice versa, that comes with the job. So to you to give attitude, to me, is hogwash, because you already signed up for this when you committed to this relationship. If you thought that he was gonna stop, because guess what? That's how he makes his money. That's how he keeps the fan base going. So a lot of folks are saying, man, you need to ditch her. You're young. Your career is continuing to push and thrive. You do not need her. Here's another clip. Let me see if I'll play this one for you all. This is the night when he won the Heisman, and it shows Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders literally pushing up had to force his girlfriend to get up to congratulate and give him a hug. When she hurt, he didn't even stand up initially when he won the Heisman. He's emotional. His mom stands up, Deion Sanders, and he has to literally get his hand stand up, please, for your man, for your soon-to-be husband. So let me go ahead and take this off. No, but Travis Hunter was recently on the show, the Pivot Podcast, and he said, hey, once he gets drafted, he's gonna marry his girl. And them first of all, and they didn't want to hurt his feelings, but real talk, those veterans was like, I don't know about that, man. You might want to be careful, man. You might want to be careful. It was sickening. It really was sickening. I'm gonna read this real quick, and then I'll move it on to our another story. I think we have some time. Yahoo Entertainment recently shared, obviously social media erupts as Travis Hunter's girlfriend faces backlash following his Heisman ceremony moment. His fiance, now his fiance, so he is planning on marrying her, of Colorado star Travis Hunter. Her name is Leanna Lanine. I think I said that right. Once again, finds herself in the middle of online uproar after something that happened during the 2024 Heisman Trophy ceremony. The moment fans criticized on social media was when Deion Sanders, Hunter's coach, got Leanne to stand to support Hunter as it was announced that he was a Heisman Trophy winner. Now, look, 90% of the time, I'm not going to side, with social media, because social media, in my opinion, for those in the comment sections, right? You have a lot of folks that like to gaslight in the comment sections, insults, attack, all that. You have those people that just don't do anything else with their life besides comment hateful stuff on there. But in this case, I'm in agreement with them. Social media had a few things to say about her after Deion Sanders had to get her to stand up after he won the trophy, Heisman Trophy. Some people defended her while others shredded her. So some people have said in the comments, said here, Travis Hunter's girlfriend just pissed me the F off. Another person said, man, the internet be reaching, ha ha ha. Another person said she really a graduate of the Marjorie Harvey School for Pimps. That's funny. Another person said Travis' girlfriend was not happy with him after the game, after a win, by the way. Despite online scrutiny, Hunter and Leanne have defended their relationship. Hunter directly addressed criticism on Instagram, asking fans to stop being too invested in their personal lives, while Leanne posted supportive messages celebrating his success. Look, again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. Maybe this is just a little, a little brand that she enjoys and they both enjoy. I don't know, but hey, I hope they last forever together. I hope they're always going to be honest with each other. But I know for how young they are, let's be honest, when it comes to relationships in professional sports, it don't end too good. There might be another bill for him. There might be maybe child support. I don't know. I really don't know. It might be a reality show for her in the works. I just don't know. I just don't know, y'all. But I'm praying. I am praying. I am praying. I am praying. And I just realized this whole time when I'm talking about this on the screen, this was actually the segment title I had was Travis Hunter's Kryptonite, because right now the way it looks, that might be his kryptonite. That might be his kryptonite, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong. And the dude is a beast, by the way. The dude is a beast. So I wish him a great, successful career. And let's see where that takes him. And I hope he won't have any more baggage that occurs with that. Let's stick around. Let's stay in sports. And I got a little time left. Let me go ahead and move it on to our next story. So check this out. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback of the New York Jets, and former NFL cornerback, former Super Bowl champ, sports analyst, co-host of the Pivot podcast, Ryan Clark. They're going head to head right now. Let me play you this soundbite, and we'll talk on the other side.
Extremely funny that he's saying this on a show with a man who, as great as he was as a punter, is far more famous as a pundit.
That's a fact.
And Pat McAfee. AJ Hawk, who I felt like was a good player, right, is now on TV and he gets to give his thoughts as well. Actually, Aaron Rodgers, you're being paid to be on that show to give your thoughts and opinions as a personality.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he is not to me a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is one of the best and most talented quarterbacks to ever play this game. And he ain't no more. And his problem is that people are willing to say it. Are people not supposed to be able to do their jobs in an unbiased way and be honest about who you are as a player because you feel like you had a better career than them?
Yeah.
I don't agree to that. And for you to sit up there and say that there are these people who feel like they have now become the celebrity or they have now become the superstar or the sports center of old is gone. Yeah, bro, because times change. The reason that they're paying you $1 million or whatever it is to be on Pat McAfee is because you had a great career and people are going to listen to your opinions, which people listen to my opinion. People listen to Cam Newton's opinion. People listen to Stephen A's opinion because those opinions are informed. And so my biggest problem with Aaron Rodgers, because to me, I'm actually not upset about what he's saying because I ain't no hit dog. And you know, a hit dog, a holler. Mm-hmm. My issue with him is you're doing the exact same thing.
You're doing it too.
And the reason that you're getting this opportunity to say these asinine things is because someone is paying you who is exactly the same thing that you are now speaking out against. This dude is once again tone deaf. This dude is once again unaware. This dude is once again arrogant to a point that's almost sickening because he says these things and he talks tough and he behaves in this way, but he ain't. Right? He has all of this cachet because he's a good player, but they ain't people around here that come around and talk about what type of leader you are. They ain't people that come around here and talk about wanting to follow you because of the type of man you have been. This dude is a fraud, right? He's been a fraud and he could throw a football and that's where it stops. Once that talent ends, so does him and so does he. And to be just blatantly hypocritical is funny and sickening at the same time. I find it extremely funny.
Oh my goodness! I mean, did Ryan Clark preach or did Ryan Clark preach? I don't know what else to say after that because here's the thing: he's absolutely right. Aaron Rodgers is struggling. The tactics that he uses to still be relevant in society, to still make a name for himself, are jokes to me, right? Look, I can care less about your take on vaccines, but don't try to make it a career. Please do not make it a career thinking that you're funny because you're not. It is hilarious the fact that he is so butthurt from people criticizing him when, like Ryan Clark said, that's what you're paid to do the exact same thing, dude. Why are you on a sports show weekly to do what? I mean, you speak about sports. Most likely when you retire, what does players do? They retire and they share their opinions on, they don't criticize players to just make, to upset them. No, we're talking about the game. He flat out just called him a fraud because here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers called ESPN's coverage of the NFL asinine. And obviously that ticked off Ryan Clark because Ryan Clark is one of the rising stars in ESPN, in my opinion. Of course, you got your Stephen A. Smith, who is a top tier guy on that channel. But Ryan Clark is starting to be a true giant in sports media. And not just media alone, because Pivot Podcast is more than just a sports sit-down show. They speak about everything, and he asks great questions. But he is leading the way. I mean, I think Inside the NFL is under his belt as well. So I forgot to name that. I mean, he does a lot of great stuff. It says here that during the Pat McAfee show, Aaron Rodgers went off on the state of the network and sports media. A very Trumpish thing, in my opinion, because, okay, now you're attacking media. Now you're attacking the network of ESPN. Give me a break, Aaron Rodgers. Like, please, when you retire, go somewhere. Go to Blaze TV. Go to some far right conservative outlet, because I know they're going to be giving you a lot of money, and you're most likely you might do what Jay Cutler did. Jay Cutler went into podcasting, and it became like a dumb conservative style podcast. Like that's how it went. And I don't even know what Jay Cutler's doing right now. I could care less. That guy played 11 years, 10 years of a trashy season anyway, or trashy career. Rodgers quoted, "There's a lot of people talking about the game now, both non-former players and former players who are trying to stay relevant fame-wise. So that takes and so the takes and the criticisms are a lot different than they were maybe in the mid 2000s. Like Ryan Clark just said, you're doing the same thing, bro. You're doing the same thing. So why are you you're a fraud? Your only great thing is throwing a football, and that is it. When you leave the sport, that's it for you. You don't have nothing else. But like Ryan Clark really said what a lot of folks have been thinking in the back of their head. In my opinion, I'm so glad Ryan Clark said that. And I hope and I pray that this will be a long continuation back and forth, because I'm ready for it. I am so ready for this, because he gives you your props as far as a player, because hey, look, he is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. I think he won like 2 or 3 MVPs, Super Bowl winning champ. But it's different now. It's different. He's a whiner. He gets people fired because he thinks that, okay, once they leave, now we can finally have a winning season. No, you're just not that person anymore. So I'm so happy that Ryan Clark said. Matter of fact, where's my clap it up. Clap it up for Ryan Clark for that. Look, my friends, that is my time. Be sure to continue to tune to the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, as well as online at WDJYFM.com. You can also tune in to wherever you listen to your podcast, as well as on YouTube, the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble. Our Smooth Club Media is our YouTube channel. Our Smooth Club Media is our YouTube channel. And follow us on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. At the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as all media platforms. So until next time, my friends, I'll talk to you soon. Peace and blessings. I'm out.